Welcome to the Pan-African News Network Global, home to the naked truth about Africa. For far too long, African stories have been told by the hunter. Time has come for Africa to tell her own story. At Pan-African News Network, the hunted are now telling their truth and nothing but the truth. Welcome to the Pan-African News Network Global.
The mind is not only to the citizens, even the leadership. Because
the leadership.
These are ministers.
Who are on the payrolls of foreign nations. If they understood what Pan-Africanism is all about, if they understood what their role is by sitting in this position, as a minister, you are representing so many millions of people. As an MP, you are representing people. People put you on that seat. It's not yours, it belongs to the people. And so they believe in you, they trust you, they believe you're going to further their agenda. But they completely forget that once they get that seat, when they are appointed, they completely forget their responsibilities. But also, we have to make sure that we put systems in place for the citizens to now also know what their civic responsibilities are. To hold this MP accountable, to hold this councillor accountable. Demand monthly meetings. And if they don't show up, you know where they live. You know where their mother lives. You will hound them until they show up. But we're not exercising our civic responsibility. We went to their offices, they were not there. That's okay, send them another letter. If you don't show up, this is what we're going to do. We'll come to your house. Real simple. See how quickly they'll come. And you show up at the house in numbers. No violence. We're just waiting for the minister. We're waiting for the MP. Whenever they come, we want a conversation.
Yeah, that's where the problem is the question of how to make the leadership effective.
And they can
that's where the question is.
They can come to our television network. Our vision, a situation where we can actually come up with countries. So we put up a system in place and we start educating the African youth about the civic responsibility and that they need access. This is what you need to do. You must meet with your minister. You must understand exactly the developmental program, understand the funding that has been made available to this minister, MP, councillor. And then you need to ask, what have we done this month? You need accountability every month. Tell us what you have done with the money that the government gave you. So if those ministers who are coming in, they're meeting with their people. Yes, we did 2 kilometers of road. We did half a kilometer of road. Whatever progress was done, give it to the people on a monthly basis. Now, we're going to keep a record of those who are not listening to the people. So here at Pan-African News Network Global, we'll be talking about, let's go to Botswana. Botswana is doing extremely well, except for Minister Soronso. The people try to do this, and this is why the minister died. Minister Soronso, may we please? In Zimbabwe, everything is...
So are you saying, for example, the education sector and the health sector is the one that is much affected, with people receiving some low wages, low salary? So are you saying the Minister of Higher Education is the one that those people should pressurize, or the Minister of Health?
No, don't go to the Minister of Health. Go to your MP, because that's who is closest to you. Your councillor, you know where your councillor lives, right? So you start with your councillor, and your MP. By the time you get to the minister in Harare, most of you are not able to go to Harare. How are you going to sit in the minister's house in Harare? But your MP has a house in your area. Your councillor has a house in your area. Start with them, so they'll be afraid to come home. And they'll be the ones to run to the Minister of Health and say, please, 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 I want to go home. Can you fix this problem? So we have to strategize. You know, the Minister of Health in his house, wherever it is, he just won't come home, and then the neighbors will call the police and run you off. But you can sit in the village. Go to your MP, go to your councillor. Start there, because they are the ones that are supposed to be your conduit to the minister, and the minister is your conduit to the parliament. Your MP is also your conduit to the parliament. So, but I think you should start with local. And that minister, that MP, particularly the MP, can do wonders for your area. And then especially all the MPs in your district can come together and really speak with one voice and take their message to the Minister of Education, Minister of IT, Minister of Housing, Minister of what have you. That's how civic responsibility is about. It's not about labeling anything. It's about how do we take care of business. These are the problems. How do we solve them? Call it democracy, call it whatever works is what needs to be done. Civic responsibility is very important, and our young people need a lot of education on that. No violence, stick to the truth, stand your ground, and be firm. Let these legislators know that we will not take no for an answer. A lot of them, they show up, the minister is not there, they get frustrated and they leave. What have you accomplished? Nothing. But if you show up 200, 300, 500, and you sit, they'll show up. They will show up.
So let's move away from Southern Africa. I've always heard you talk a lot about the Sahel. How is the salary situation there for the diaspora movement or the brain gain salaries?
Well, again, take a country like Burkina Faso, and a country that is just really is just an amazing country, a country that is leading the economic liberation or total liberation of Africa. The salaries may not be great, but the people understand that they're going through a very difficult time, and they're willing to suffer because they know a better day is to come. They can see the developments taking place in the country. I've spoken to several people. They said they've seen more development in Burkina Faso in the past 3 years than in the past 30 years. So you don't have to tell them. They're seeing it for themselves. Captain Traore is importing farming equipment. Communities, they own their farming equipment that is run by the young men and women, equipment that is serviced by the young men and women. He is bringing in construction equipment that is being run by young men and women. One major highway is being built between Ouagadougou and Bobo Dioulasso. I think it's like 5 lanes one way, all built by Burkinabe people. We took a tour. I loved it. Young engineers, black women. It was so refreshing. I loved it. And so they bring in the Chinese to teach, train. After that, you leave. You do the work. So they have a system. People can see it. The Burkinabe people, there's a program that young people, you can work as a volunteer in the various ministries. But by the time you finish volunteering, you now have experience. And now the industry is ready to employ you. In Zimbabwe, do you think the young people will do that? Work without getting paid as a volunteer? Hell no. But again, these are people who understand the importance of sacrifice. So Burkina Faso is really leading the way. They're saying, we don't care what you call us. Call us dictatorship, call us what have you. We're doing what the people need. We're taking care of the business of taking care of business. We're taking care of our people. That's what governance is about. And so the Sahel, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, we all must support the Sahel by any means necessary. If we fail, if Burkina Faso fails, if Mali fails, if Niger fails, Africa will have failed. And that's a fact. That is an absolute
So you said the salary is not great. People hope that, in the short time.
They can see it.
Okay.
There's no hoping. They see it.
Maybe we need that hope in Zimbabwe. To say
we do need that hope, absolutely. And but I think President Mnangagwa has tried. There are lots of developments in this country. I think sometimes if you live here, it's easy to not see that. But for me, as I come in, sometimes I'm gone like a year. I'm coming more often now. But you can see the development everywhere. The city that I like to talk about most is Kwekwe. Kwekwe, there's just construction everywhere. But what is really amazing and heartwarming about Kwekwe is these previously poor young men A lot of them didn't go to school, didn't go far in school, but they're very educated because of what they know. They are better geologists than those with geological degrees. You know, they're doing mining. They're becoming multimillionaires overnight. They're the ones who are building a lot of the high-rise buildings in Kwekwe. Kwekwe is an amazing story that hasn't been told. So, development are taking place in Zimbabwe. The roads, the major thoroughfares, majority of them are done. We still have some that need work, like Bulawayo to Victoria Falls, that kind of thing. But you can see the development. Are we there yet? No, we're not. We still need a lot of work to be done. So I do believe that the current administration is trying, but they need to do more. They are trying. I also feel that along the same lines, something needs to be done to repatriate the diaspora, not only in Zimbabwe, but all over Africa. The diaspora don't need much. You know, if we could have, I've always advocated for a diaspora integration center, where just a place where the diaspora can come, they can be given a preview of what are the opportunities, investment, areas where there is a skills gap, where their skills can be needed, so they can be fit into the skills gap area and assist in narrowing it, but the remuneration needs to be better as well. Doctors are very easy, you know. If they could say, government, they have construction companies. At every hospital, they give a doctor a house and a car. And even then, just pay them $1,000. Doctors will come back. Are you with me? How much does it take to build a house for a doctor? There are government workers in construction that are doing nothing all day. Let them get on a program of building houses for doctors and nurses. And you see how much you can retain them. So there just needs to be a strategy that is common sense, not complicated, very simple. And let's try and repatriate the people, but create the conditions that make it easier for them. So a diaspora repatriation center is so important. I think last time we had a conversation with my sister, CEO Smoli Moyo of Connect Water. She has brought a couple of diaspora who were part of the presidential scholarship to come back. Serious professionals who are now helping her with this water situation. We need more of that. If somebody like Smalley could be in charge of the Diaspora Integration Center, and she has the personality, by the way, and she's a diaspora herself, that can be a very successful center where diaspora come, even 5 years before they start visiting the center, they begin to learn about all the opportunities in the country, whether you're wanting to come in with a special skill that the government needs, or you're coming in, like this particular guy that we interviewed, or you're coming in, you want to be an investor as an individual, or you want to be an investor as a group of you all. You know, this center will be pointing you in the proper direction. You go in this direction, this is really needed, and we can support you along these lines. You go in this direction, we can support you in along these lines. But that center is so crucial. I have not seen, at least I'm not aware of an African country that's doing that. A diaspora integration center is absolutely needed. And I'm hoping that I spoke to my sister, Smalley, and hopefully she can start the conversations with the right people to start that center. Yeah, because we really must repatriate the brains.
Yeah, the issue is on remuneration, because
yes,
if you are going to bring back the diaspora, someone cannot live a salary of 40,000 rands, or let's say it's $2,000, then to come back to Zimbabwe. It's a downgrade, and so if that is going to be...
No, 40,000 rands is actually about 2,000. It's just a little bit over $2,000. So I think 2,000, I can tell you, if they start paying doctors $2,000, a lot of doctors will come back. Because really, they would rather be here in Zimbabwe. The average doctor would rather be home to the place where they were born. But because of these economic issues, they find themselves migrating in search of greener pastures. So it is what it is, and but an effort must be made to try to repatriate the brains.
Maybe what's happening in South Africa, it's a blessing in disguise.
You could say that, but I still don't look at it from a local. I always look at the bigger picture for the South African. I think we need to look at ourselves as Africans. We share a common suffrage. Let's look at how we can improve our Africa as the continent and address our issues together, rather than continuing to be victims of the Western policies of divide and conquer.
Thank you so much, Doc. Do you have any last words which you want to say to the people?
To the people I say, we as Africans, we are endowed with one of the most amazing continents on earth. A continent that has everything and anything the world could ever need. There is not a single strategic planning session by any Western government, by any Eastern government that doesn't start with Africa, because everything they need is and can be found in Africa. Let me also remind you that you are the mothers and fathers of humanity. Without you, the rest of the world would not be. You are the only inheritors of a dominant gene in the world. You are indestructible. Remember that. So when someone tries to make you feel inferior, when someone tries to behave superior to you, just cock your head and say to yourself, I can eliminate you, because you can. Because of your dominant gene, you can destroy the world, but the world cannot destroy you. The proud, the beautiful, the intelligent, the sophisticated, the totally indestructible African, that is you. Climb onto the tallest mountain and proclaim who you are. The African, indestructible. Till next time.